Look at putting together the locking mechanism of the RAM laptop mounts. What you're going to need is you're going to need your instructions and all the parts that come with the locking kit. Also, you're going to need your RAM-234 tray for holding your laptop also. To get started, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this long threaded pull and we're going to take this larger nut and we're going to put the larger nut onto the threaded pull. And you're going to want to have the threads pop out of the top a little bit. That way you know the nylon lock is going to work. And how you do that, you do not want to grip at the end of the bar because you don't want to wreck the threads. But along the middle is not a problem because these threads are not going to be used. So I'm going to grip it with a pair of pliers there. And then I'm going to take another pair of pliers and then I'm going to work this nut on. Okay, once the nut's on and there's a few threads sticking out the top, you're done with that. Next thing you need to do is take the two triangle pieces of plastic, put them on so that they resemble a rectangle. Like so. Then you want to take one of the larger silver washers, put one on, then the tube, and then another washer. And now that step is done. The next thing you're going to want to do is grab the sliding piece of the laptop tray and this square piece that comes with the locking kit, and you're going to want to line up this center hole with the hole that's right along this long groove. Once they're lined up, you want to use the 4 screws and nylon lock washers to fasten them. Okay, the next step is to put the spring onto the sliding piece of the laptop tray first. And how you're to do that is to put this through the hole, screw on this side, and then drop the lock nut into this hexagon shaped hole. Flip her over. Oops. Then you just want to screw them together. Don't want to over tighten this because you don't want any plastic to break. Okay, now the next step is to put the sliding portion of the tray into the main portion. And you just need to slide this in like so. Once that's together, you want to take the longer 832 screw that comes with the locking kits from the tray, top of the tray through, so we're going to have this sticking out. And this is going to make everything a lot easier to connect. So now let's slide this spring over here. And now that is done. The next step is to take this rectangle tube and install it. There's some small holes and there's some large holes at one end. We want to put the larger holes over this screw here so everything fits. So let's slide this in. Once that's through, you should see a little bit of it sticking out the end there. And then what we want to do is take the nylon lock wash and put that on. This is going to help hold everything together so it doesn't fall apart while we do the next few steps. And again, you don't want to tighten this too tight, just enough so she grabs for now. And we'll tighten her up a bit more a little later. The next thing to do is to pull the tray out and then put it at an angle so that we could put the locking tube in. How we do that is we pull it out and just pull her to the side like that. Now we could do the next portion of it. Now we want to take the piece that we assembled first and insert this into the tube. May have to wiggle it around a bit to get it to go, but it should fit in there without too many issues. Okay, the next step after this is to get this threaded rod to go through this square plastic piece that we put on earlier. So watch your fingers that you don't get them pinched when you put the laptop tray back together, because it's going to want to snap. Okay, go. So first we've got one little screw left over and one little washer. And what we're going to want to do is put the washer on the screw, and then into the small screw on the rectangular pipe, we're going to want to screw that into the hole that's accessible. Next, we want to put on the locking knob. First, take the plastic washer included, put it onto here. Then take the lock and slide the lock on. Okay. Okay, there. Now that that's on, we're done doing the locking tray. Now, as you can see, this is locked and it will not open. So this is going to make it much tougher for thieves to steal your laptop.